everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your host Majestic speaking with a brand new series announcement for MechWarrior Online here. Yes, a brand new series is what I want to do here, and it all revolves around map tactics. Yes, you heard me right. Map tactics. It's something that you guys have been asking me about for quite some time now, and I finally figured out a structure and how I actually want to tackle this. So what I'm actually going to be doing, and first and foremost, what I want to do is give you an overview of exactly what that will entail. So first and foremost, what it is going to be a very generic, broad-based kind of overview of what you can and should do on certain maps given particular roles, particular mechs, particular game modes, and also taking into consideration things like whether you're in the pug queue versus the group queue in a more competitive setting versus a more, lackadaisical, random kind of setting like the pug queue, and kind of work through different map tactics and strategies that are out there on the battlefield for you guys to take into consideration when you're actually playing with your mechs in a particular role, so that you know exactly kind of what to look for, and maybe it'll help you in some way, shape, or form, whether you're a veteran or a brand new pilot in MechWarrior Online. Hopefully these videos will help you out in some way, shape, or form. Now, how I actually want to tackle this is I want to go through each map individually. And so I don't want to do just one massive video going through each map, each mech, each, game mode, each role type or anything like that. I want to make it very specific. So hopefully you guys can tune in to each of these and see kind of how there's some overlap there, just some stuff to keep an eye on, between them. I know that I will be making references to either older videos that I have done on map tactics and stuff that will be coming out, so you guys can it's kind of going to seem like almost like a storyline is what I intend to go through. And what I want to do is go through each map individually. I want to go through each game mode about that map in one video. So I'm going to discuss one particular map with each game mode, go through 5 different roles that you can play out there on the battlefield. And I know that there are going to be subcategories under there, but hopefully you can kind of, group together any of your subcategories with the 5 that I decided to go with. And that is a scout, sniper, artillery, support, and brawler. So if there any one of those categories, I'm going to be talking about it in each map tactics video, and how they cross between, weight class and everything, what to look for, and then how to turn, just recognize differences between whether, you're fighting in the pug queue versus fighting in the group queue. So in a more organized, competitive setting versus a more relaxed kind of randomly generated, you have no idea who you're going to be fighting kind of setting. So I really I'm not going to dive into the very, very nitty gritty about, one particular mech or one particular build or one particular, play style or anything like that, that you might encounter, like crossing over with multiple roles and such like that. That I am reserving for the Patreon and PayPal supporters. I actually take them into a private lobby where they actually do ask me all those kinds of questions where, they say, look, I want to get better on this map with this kind of role or this particular mech. Can you show me what I could do maybe to help improve performance? So if that is something of interest to you, please feel free to check out the links in the description that have links to both my PayPal and Patreon pages. If you do want to support the channel in that capacity, I am reserving the right for all of the detailed kind of, trainings and strategies and everything for those, supporters of the channel. So if that is something that's of interest to you, to get really, really in-depth about each of these maps and particular roles and stuff like that, please feel free to do so there and shoot me a message afterwards discussing, if you do want to support in that capacity, what you want to, take into the lobby so that we can demonstrate it out there on the battlefield. Now, again, what I want you guys to take into consideration here is that we are going through every single one of these maps, and they're all going to kind of come together as sort of like puzzle pieces. So hopefully you guys will be able to recognize certain situations, recognize particular positions. Recognize what your team is hoping that you do, and vice versa, what you hope the rest of your team will do. I'm not sure how much traction these videos will pick up, and if there will be a ton of pilots that are checking them out, or if it's just going to be you guys as the subs. Hopefully it does pick up a ton of traction. If you guys have any kind of feedback or any kind of discussion that you also want to place in the comment section, maybe something that you would dive further into detail for someone else who might have a question, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Again, I'm going to dive into as much as I possibly can for you guys. Again, covering every single... we're going to go through each map one at a time. We're going to go through different play styles or different types of objectives on the map. So we're going to go through Conquest, Assault, Domination, Escort, and Skirmish. And then we're going to go through just particular roles. So I grouped them into 5 different categories. Again, Scout mode, or Scouts, Snipers, Artillery, Support, and Brawlers. So I grouped them up in that capacity. If you hopefully you can kind of place whatever role you like to play in one of those categories, and hopefully the strategies that we go through and the tactics that we talk about in these videos kind of address some of your questions or concerns that you might be thinking about. I want to get into detail, but I don't want to make the videos too long to the point where everyone's like, all right, this is him just talking. I'm not even at the part that I want to get I wanted to get to out of this, and the segment that he did talk about might have been shorter in some capacity because there might not have been as much to talk about, and I don't want it to be boring for you guys. So, before I start on this, I do want to know what your guys' feedback is, or what any kind of, based off what the premises of this particular series, what your thoughts are. And in order to keep it kind of short, sweet, and to the point, but also detailed enough for you guys to understand. Now, I do want to not only go through an overview of each map, so like this, having just the schematic of each map up and discussing the strategies, but I actually want to take a light mech out to the training grounds and actually demonstrate where those positions are with those particular mechs, or particular, roles that you want to play, and show the different vantage points, what to look for, how to spot something, how to relay that information back to your team timely, if you don't have a mic, for instance, how to communicate it, and really just give you guys a little bit more sense and awareness of exactly how these matches typically unfold, how they could unfold, how, sometimes people just go way against the grain, you had no idea what to expect, and I want to tackle those questions that you guys have, because, it stinks getting caught with your pants down, especially whether you're in the pug queue or in the group queue. It sucks. Everyone hates it. But I do want to actually help you guys out in that capacity, and if I can answer as much as I possibly can without giving away too much that, some of the, again, the Patreon and PayPal subscribers are looking for in the private lobbies and everything like that, and also not giving away too much regarding tactics for competitive players and anything like that, I want to be able to help you guys out, and, if I can do that through these kind of videos for you guys, I really want to. So hopefully you guys enjoy these upcoming videos. I'm going to start pumping them out, starting with Crimson Strait. That is the #1 most requested map from you guys so far in all of this kind of, map tactics talk. So what I want to do is I want to tackle Crimson Strait first. Again, we're going to go through each game mode with each of the 5 weight classes, or not weight classes, roles that you would be playing in. So whether you're in a light mech, a heavy mech, a medium mech, whatever it is, it's the role that you're playing. So I'm gonna obviously talk about the do's and don'ts, and even kind of throw in a couple of cues here and there regarding weight class, so that you guys can obviously keep that aspect in mind as well. So hopefully this whole series is informative for you guys. It's going to be a lot more talking and discussion than anything, but I feel that it's kind of necessary. And, especially for newer players that are kind of making their builds, just mastering their mechs, kind of still figuring out which role they want to play, how to master it is a whole different, aspect about, how you're actually playing out there on the battlefield versus, already being in that position. And especially, I know for me, when I was starting, I wish I had someone that, kind of discussed this kind of stuff with me before I just ran out there like a buffoon trying to shoot up as anything that I possibly could, tanking when I shouldn't, putting my team out of position when I shouldn't, you know, and really I want to prevent any of you guys from making those kind of same mistakes. They're going to happen. You know, I even make mistakes now too. So, you know, I don't hold myself in a high regard, you know, regarding all this stuff. But over time, I've just understood and studied and strategized about how battles typically unfold on each of these maps. And I know in front of you, like, for instance, Terra Therma, that is the old Terra Therma, but this was a fully inclusive, all of the maps in MechWarrior Online picture that I could find. It does include all the faction play maps as well, so if those are of interest to you guys as well, you know, I can go through tactics in those particular game modes as well. So again, if you do have feedback in that regard, please feel free to leave it below. But I really just wanted to announce this kind of series for you guys. You guys have been asking for it for a while, and if it does seem like it will pick up a lot of traction, obviously I'm going to pump these out as quickly as I possibly can and prioritize a little bit over the actual gameplay videos that I've been placing out. But I just want to make sure that it's helpful, it's informative. You guys really, really want this kind of stuff. And again, if you really want to dive even deeper into detail, definitely check out the links in the description for the PayPal and Patreon so that we can do, you know, one-on-one or even group sessions if I get a bunch of you who are talking about the same type of role or the same type of map and you just want to have a discussion. Whatever the case, definitely check those out. But again, I just wanted to say, you know, again, thank you guys for this, you know, for questioning me on this, because, you know, I'm sitting here thinking that you guys just want to know different kinds of builds and different kinds of play styles and, you know, how I would navigate around a map. But how I navigate and how you guys will navigate, we're not all skirmish brawlers and short range kind of builds. You know, that's just the role that I chose for myself, that I'm interested in, that I like to play. And so it's going to mix and match between you. But hopefully these videos will cover all of that and how to actually play them on particular maps, vantage points, what to look for, and help you, you know, as the battle develops so that you're not kind of caught in a bad position or, you know, kind of just getting yourself into more trouble than you really need to be out there on the battlefield. So I hope that this video gives a little bit of light on what's to come. They probably will be longer videos by the time the discussion is over because you know, we're going through, you know, all of the game modes, 5 different roles, and, you know, you're talking about a map and where to strategize, and then we're going to go through the gameplay and everything. So I'm guessing each episode will probably be about an hour. So it's going to be a lot of time commitment on my end to get these out there for you guys. But I do feel like these are important. I do feel like it's definitely relevant and something that you guys hopefully will find useful. And if you have any questions without diving too deep into detail, you know, I do intend to answer them in any way, shape, and form that I possibly can. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for this announcement from MechWarrior Online Map Tactics. We're going to be going through these videos pretty soon, so the first one should be out by the end of this week. If you have any questions or anything in the meantime, please feel free to ask them. Please post all of your feedback or comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, anything in the comment section below. I want to thank you guys all for the support at this point in time. I can't believe I just passed around 3,400 subscribers at this point. It really is kind of a dream come true. I have you guys to thank for it. And I hope that, you know, this continues, obviously, with the growth and everything in the future. Thank you guys so much again for tuning into this episode, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Take care, guys.